Aloha, everybody. I see some folks who were with us all day and night. Thank you for your perseverance. I want to begin by thanking members of the press, the journalists and reporters who worked in a very collaborative and cooperative way with us through the many, many hours in making sure that the public got good information in a comprehensive and understandable way, and helped us enormously to carry through on the excellent work and preparation that had been done by civil defense folks and their colleagues and allies all across the state. It was a revealing and very pleasantly revealing episode to engage in as governor, to recognize that when you do the pre-planning, when you do make the practice work out, when you get the people there who are dedicated to it, it works. It surely works in Hawaii. The sense of aloha and kokua that prevailed all across the state, I think, manifested itself in the fact that we have no casualties as such, that good order was maintained throughout the state, that with the great fortune that we had, the good fortune that we had, that the tsunami effects were minimal in terms of the kinds of damage that was seen elsewhere in the world, particularly in Japan. When you combine that good fortune, that good luck, with the professionalism and the capabilities that were displayed across the state, it is a remarkable positive statement about Hawaii and its people. In that context, assessments have been made and are being made as I speak by staff and individuals and groups across the state, but under the leadership of Ed Teixeira and General Wong. We think we've got a sufficient background and foundation to warrant the issuance of an emergency proclamation with regard to the damage and the circumstances that we are going to have to deal with in terms of property losses and infrastructure needs that we'll have to meet. The emergency proclamation enables us to maximize our opportunity to get federal assistance and other such assistance as might not otherwise be available. You have to meet certain thresholds of expenditures or probable expenditures. We have, as a result of the issuance of this proclamation, about 30 days to do that, so that we can take our initial understandings of what might be involved and refine those figures and make certain that we're able to contact the people, the groups, the businesses, the property owners, et cetera, who are now adversely affected, and get their input so that we can make a good case and make a case as quickly as possible. And I'm going to ask for Ed Teixeira and General Wong to give some examples of an assessment of the damage, and then, if with your permission, I'll close with a little bit of a deeper reflection on what took place last night, and indicate to you what we have done today to demonstrate our solidarity and friendship for the people of Japan. Ed, General Wong.
Thank you, Governor. Ladies and gentlemen, we began our assessments almost continuously ever since the waves began to arrive about a little after 3 a.m. this morning. In other words, we kept an open communications with our county EOCs from the state EOC, and we got periodic updates on the wave arrival times at different places like Wainiha, Hanalei, Nauwili as the waves traveled down south, also to Honolulu. So we kept an open communication for the first, basically, I think 3 hours this morning as to what was going on, what was wrong, what kind of coastal flooding we had. And as we worked through some sightings, some spottings, you couldn't really get some detailed observations because we had to back everybody out. So a lot of it was from vantage points along the coastline from firefighters or policemen that could have an observation on things, even in the dark. Honolulu was looked at by cameras and all of that. So we did the best we could to just kind of stay on top of things. And above all, our thoughts were on people. If we had flooded residences, we had to do something about it right away. So that particular process was continuous for 3 hours. But as we then got the news from the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center of downgrading the warning into an advisory, that gave us more abilities to get out there and take a look at our infrastructure, state and county, and then to take a look at areas that were impacted. And we did receive a tsunami.
We had lots of cooperation. The president was in touch with me last night. His office was, and you heard him today in his press conference indicate his concern for us here and obviously for the people of Japan. And so putting forward the full power of the United States government in that regard, both on our behalf and on behalf of the people of Japan. As our congressional delegation, we've been in touch with them, most particularly with Senator Inouye, who's promised to give us full support when we are able to put forward the necessary information as a result of the emergency proclamation. And we worked, as I said, collaboratively with lots of groups, including the Hawaii Tourism Authority and Mike McCartney. One of the things that we made certain that we were going to do was to contact the Consul General of Japan. We visited this afternoon with the Consul General. I took both a personal letter from myself to the people, the residents and citizens of Japan, and a proclamation on behalf of the people of the state of Hawaii, again to the residents and citizens and people of Japan, expressing our solidarity with them, our sympathy for them, as one island people to another island people. We recognize that working together, working in harmony with one another is essential to our existence. We're very, very well aware of the relationship between Hawaii and Japan being crucial to us in terms of visitors and friends and neighbors, relatives, family, for generations. And the Consul General accepted this proclamation and letter and a symbolic gift of flowers from us this afternoon on behalf of the government of Japan and the people of Japan. And we are going to be working very, very hard to see to it that the folks who are here visiting us now are relieved of any anxieties, and that the people who are meeting the challenges in Japan right now, these terrible, terrible imperatives that they have to face, can rest assured that their friends, their families, their relatives who are visiting us are in good hands.